Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, good morning. Yes, very good. Excellent work there, excellent work. And welcome back, Juhee. Not everyone knows you, so introduce yourself to Elena and to Charles.
I'm Juhee from South Korea.
Very good. And your name is?
My name is Carlos.
Sorry, what's your name?
Charles.
Charles, yes, very good. King Charles. And we'll get Elena a nickname soon. That's very good. Right, okay, so can you chat about what you did yesterday to improve your English? So the peer review, the peer review, the peer review, and the peer review. Now again, maybe if your partner passes away in the middle of the conversation, just change your partner, okay, right? Begin.
I saw a series it's called Fallout, and this series before from I listen in English.
Listen.
I don't know because now I saw I don't remember if it's the second or the third episode, and the beginning is a little boring.
But did you play the video?
No, but I don't it. I try to continue watching.
And did you see?
Yeah, in English but with subtitles. Yeah, because I start to watch it just in English without subtitles. But they say some words or some phrases that I don't understand. What I need to probably I change and I put when I read the subtitles, I just pay attention to the
Yeah.
Would you look who it is? There he is. What? Another woman. After 10 seconds in the class, another woman, this man, he's inside. Don't say. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, bring it around. That's perfect. Right, discuss with them what you did yesterday to improve your English.
So you are in the same
Completely for girls.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? You are going to another place?
in I was so Listen is a storybook. Near to the inspired to the
Now
I feel
yeah, it's okay. I don't know
It's on record again. Oh jeez. I just have to watch back for all the gossip in this case.
He tried our phone to go
Did you remember what I ordered?
No, I don't finish your order, but I see
No, I never made
so I was just wondering because the
I was like,
Sometimes I think my boyfriend tell me that sometimes I don't have to say something to the people in a good way, in a right way. So I don't know if that sounds like a rude, but I don't want to be rude with the people when just yes, I think very hard.
No, there you go.
I don't have the and especially
cheaper than yeah, so like thinking about the same year.
all the day of sometimes it's not that
Just 5 weeks.
For me, when I
For now, yes. I need to see
because I want to
Yeah, so yeah, because he doesn't
yes, he didn't guess.
that
I don't know. It's NC.
I don't know, but
Right. Silence.
so I need to
Silence. Very good. Right, just before we go on, would you say in the Lewis, on the Lewis, or at the Lewis? You can say all of them, but it changes the meaning. Which one is probably the most common? On the Lewis. Okay. Now, big mathematical questions for you. How many dimensions is a point?
one.
Nope.
What?
Nope. Nope. How many dimensions is a point?
Two.
What?
0.
0 is correct. How many dimensions is a line?
2.
No, 1 dimension.
One dimension. You can only go in one direction. How many dimensions is a surface?
2 dimensions.
2 dimensions. You can go that way and you can go that way. Okay? And how many, this is a trick question. How many dimensions is a 3-dimensional volume?
6.
3. Okay. Now, an even more complicated question. Juhee,
Yeah.
which number is bigger, 3 or 0?
0.
Korea comes at the top of education. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so a point, a line, then you have a surface, that's 2 dimensions, and then 3-dimensional volume. At, on, in. So typically, when you're talking about volumes, you will use in. So if you say in the Lewis, what does that mean?
That's your inside.
You're inside the train or the tram, okay? You're inside that transport. Everyone understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You can say I'm in the bus, okay? You can say that. Why would you say that? Why would you say you're on the Lewis? Why?
Because it's like
Because you are in
You are touching.
You are touching what?
in way,
You're touching what?
the floor.
You're touching what?
the floor,
You're, again,
the floor.
the surface. Okay? So any transport that you can stand in, you typically will say on. So can you give me examples of that? On the bus, on the Lewis, on the train, on the tram, on the plane, on the boat, etc. Where you can walk around. Okay? Because you concentrate on the surface, not really the bottom. When would you say at?
And you are next to the Lewis.
Yeah, why?
Because you are saying you are in
Why?
a specific
You're at a specific what?
position.
You're at a specific what?
Why?
Point. Thank you very much. Point. Okay, so if what point? Like the point on the map. Okay, if somebody asks you where are you, I'm at the Lewis. Okay, so if you get Google Maps, I don't know why I went like that for Google Maps, but I'm very old-fashioned like him. Points on the map you will use at. Okay, typically. So the bigger spaces, the volumes, use in. Then the intermediate ones, like surfaces and lines. So if I ask, look. Oh, he's nearly gone there, he's nearly gone. Can you stand on the threshold, please? The threshold. Stop, the threshold. Yes, very good. The threshold is the line here, okay? It's the border between outside and inside, okay? So if you stand on the threshold, you're standing on the line. That's why you would do that, okay? If the police ask you, or the guards ask you, okay, walk in a straight line on the line. That's what they will ask. Go back over there. Do you understand, by the way, the word threshold?
Yeah.
Yes, what does it mean?
Like the front, the wall of something?
Border.
No, not
The
really.
border, yes.
Okay, so if I say, I am on the threshold of success. What's that mean? I'm on the threshold of success.
Between the success and the
Failure. Where are you going? In which direction? Success or failure?
Success.
Success. What did you say?
Success.
Yeah, just be careful. She's always on the threshold of the other thing. Okay, right. Okay. So you're very close to something. Now, if you use this, you're going to use it. I'm on the threshold of success. So you can use a noun, or you can use a gerund. Okay, an ing form. That's it. I'm on the threshold of succeeding. Okay, succeeding in whatever. Succeeding in life. Okay, you understand that? So at the moment you are not succeeding, but very, very soon you're on the border of success, of succeeding in life. Or for example, our friend over here. death. Okay, succeeding in death. Okay, you understand that? Sit yourself down there, Roberto. I probably kept you up too long. Kept you up too long. Okay. Also, when you use this framework, it works with time as well. So the bigger times, typically you use in. Not always, there are exceptions to this, but for example, you would say, what? In 2025. It's a big time. In the 21st century, for example.
For taxi, also?
Which?
In the taxi.
Yes, you would typically say in the taxi because you can't stand. Okay? Unless you're very short. Okay? Yeah, nobody in here is short enough to stand. Usually we have a very short student and I say, okay, this person. If you say on the taxi, where are you? You're on the roof. You're on the roof. Okay? That's where you are. Picasso, yeah, exactly. So in the 21st century, in 2025, in the 1980s or whatever, etc. Okay? In. When you use on, typically, or sorry, we go with at. At, you go for points in time. So the points in time would be something like at 9 o'clock or at midnight or whatever, etc. Okay? So midnight. So all of those are points in time. Okay? Just like space, you use points in time with at. Next one then on are the intermediate times, so days. So on, for example,
Friday.
Tuesday or Friday, exactly. Everyone's favorite day, Friday, for example. Or the dates, so Friday the 13th, for example, okay, of March or whatever. Now there are exceptions to this. You'll have on the weekend, at the weekend, etc. You can use both, depends on where you're from. I can never remember which one is important for the United States and which is Irish, but I would use both. Okay? Doesn't matter in that case. So again, try to remember the bigger times and the bigger spaces. Like this, use in typically. Surfaces and lines or intermediate times, use on, and then points in time or space, use at, typically. Okay? Many exceptions. Also, one other thing. How would you make Charles sound more informal? How would you make that name sound more, again, Charlie. Exactly, okay? So it depends on the day. You could have Charlie or Charles, okay? Okay, so Charlie over in the corner, over there. All right, so I'm going to ask a few of these people some questions. So, Eleanor, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
In the morning I was here at the school. In the afternoon I'm working at Gerundial.
You work where?
Breakfast.
Bed and breakfast, all right. And where's the bed and breakfast?
It's near to home.
Near Hove. Oh, very nice, very nice. And is it nice?
Yeah, it's very nice.
And do you do special offers for teachers?
Do you?
Do you-
I don't know.
What? What?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes, exactly. And did you have many customers yesterday?
No, because right now it's closed.
It's closed?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so-
work from me, and because I'm here with Workaway.
I don't know
It's like a
Workaway. Does
platform.
anyone know Workaway? Do you know Workaway?
No.
No.
It's like a platform for volunteering. So I live there, and the afternoon.
All right. Okay. So Workaway, it's not like pass away. Okay? Yeah, pass away. That's what you. Okay. Very good. Juhee, what did you do yesterday to improve your English? Again?
Those words, yes.
For how many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours. And how did you improve your English when you were working?
Just conversation with all kitchen staff.
Where are they from?
They from all different countries. So we have
For example,
Mexico.
Mexico, that famous English-speaking country of Mexico. Yes?
And China.
China, also a very famous English-speaking country. Anywhere else?
And Mongolia.
Shut. Okay, right. Next, Ying Hong. What did you do yesterday to improve your English?
I went to the English languages class.
Yes, I know, because I'm your teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
After class, I went to work 2 hours.
Very good, yeah.
I tried to speak English with my colleague. We talked about our growth gossips.
Your?
Gossips.
Gossip.
Gossips.
Girls gossip. Oh, girls gossip. See, you have to go through. I knew it would be gossip. Okay? Gossip. Say that again, Yinghong.
Gossip.
Gossip. So girly gossip. You can say girly gossip. Okay, so girly gossip. Did you get any good gossip? Was it?
Yeah, it's interesting topic.
Oh, very good. Did you? I believe that that this man visited somewhere where you work. Yes. Did he visit where you work before?
Work?
Did he visit where you work?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
He knew it.
What did he order? What did he order?
He ordered our house dish.
Yeah. Oh, the house dish, the cheapest thing on the menu. Okay, very very cheap. And was he alone? Yinghong, was he alone when he was there? Well, Yinghong.
I don't know.
Shut. Okay, right. Now, Manuel, could you tell us about what you did yesterday to improve your English?
Yesterday I was resting all the day, but well, I was watching movies and series in English. So
Which movie did you watch? Be careful.
I watched.
My finger is getting ready to pull the trigger.
No, it's this movie of Leonardo DiCaprio that he's earning a lot of money.
Leonardo DiCaprio! Titanic! Oh no, what a disgrace. What a disgrace, this man. Charles, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
To be honest, not much.
Dear, Charles, dear.
When the class finished, I returned to my accommodation. Then I take a nap.
Then took a nap.
Then I go to city center for.
I.
Went to the city center for.
And what did you do when you were in the city center?
Just walk.
Any English?
No.
What a disgrace. Next, Paula.
I started a book,
In what language?
English.
English. What is the name of the book?
Let me see, because
Obviously, a very memorable book. Okay, very memorable. Yes. And when you say you started it, what did you do? Read the title?
Library.
The library. All right.
Midnight
What's the name?
The Midnight Library.
The Midnight Library. That sounds terrible. What kind of book is it there? What genre?
It's my friend's book. She told me that it's about to learn about that you need to enjoy your present, like, and live the moment, and that you can always like do and try to do more, even like it's more.
So
about,
living in the present.
Yeah, and it
Does
doesn't
everyone-
matter about the age that you can try like to do something new.
Yes. You understand this, everyone? This is a Latin phrase. It means seize the day. Seize the day. Like live in the present. Okay, enjoy it. And speaking of living in the present, because this person doesn't have much of a future, Roberto, what did you do yesterday? Okay.
Yesterday I watched a series.
Series, yeah.
It's called Fallout.
Fallout, yeah.
It's coming from a video game.
Mhm.
So it actually is boring at the beginning. I don't know in the future, but I will continue watching to.
So
give
you're
you
saying it's very
feedback.
boring?
Yeah, the series, yes. But in the night I cook. No, I cooking
Cooked.
with Monica some burgers and watch a movie called Sisu.
Caesar.
Sisu.
Sisu.
Sisu is
Anyone know this?
It's new in Netflix. Is about Sisu is a word that people from Finland
Alright.
used to express
Bravery.
bravery.
What do you call people from Finland? No, not Finlandians. You call them Finnish. Finnish with two N's. Finnish people. And one person from Finland is called anyone know? A Finn. Okay, just be careful. So a Finn, you have to be careful. That is also a word. One N is what? Which animal has a fin? Fish. Okay, they're fins. Don't make me do that. Okay, okay. The best I can do. Okay, the best I can do. And obviously you have a dorsal fin if you're a shark or a dolphin or whatever. Okay, so a fin, and the people in general, the nationality, the demonym is Finnish with two N's. Okay, two N's. Very good. Next, Alice, what did you do yesterday to improve
I
your...
spoke all today in English.
To whom? To whom?
With Marina.
With my,
Who's Marina?
friend.
From?
A Spanish girl.
What a disgrace! What a disgrace! Yes, this man, he's a rat. Okay, right. Yes, continue, Alicia. What else did you do? What
I
else?
speak in English only to my Italian friends.
Yes, yeah, but what did they speak to you in?
True. Then I went to Phoenix Park.
To the Phoenix Park, yeah.
To the Phoenix Park.
Yes.
With Marina, but we spoke in English, of course. Then I returned at home. And
I returned home. You don't actually need to say
I
at home.
returned home. And I cooked something and I spoke with other people in the home, of course in English.
Did you speak to one native speaker of English yesterday?
Yes, because we lost in the Lua, so
You got lost on the
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yes, and we asked something.
How can you get lost on the Lewis? The map is on the bloody Lewis. Right. Wendy, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
I listened 6 minutes of
I listened.
Listened to 6 minutes of English.
6 minutes of English.
2 episodes.
Well, that is extraordinary. 6 whole minutes. My goodness, yeah.
2 episodes. One about cancer.
12 minutes then. 12 minutes of English.
One about cancer and the other about the consumption of rice.
The consumption of rice.
Consumption of rice.
Yeah.
Also speak with my colleagues. They are from here, from Ireland. Just a little. And try to understand them because sometimes they started to speak as a normal people.
Oh, for a second there, I thought
But
you
I
said
didn't
sometimes
understand.
they start to speak sign language. Okay, sign language.
I
yes,
make
right.
a lot of jokes, but I didn't understand them.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Okay, how many of you think that Wendy deserves to be shot? Put your hands up. Yeah. Well, I do. Okay, I do. Okay, absolute disgrace. Right, I'm going to give you out your stories from yesterday. Okay? So for the people who weren't here yesterday, we did children's stories. We created children's stories. I would like you to read through the children's stories and identify any grammar or vocabulary from all of them that you think, well, I don't really understand that. Okay? That was unusual.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Hello, Wendy.
The old man over in the corner here.
And Juhee, these are yours. These are yours over here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that! Right, excellent, excellent. Right, so again, read through them with your partner. Can you identify any grammar or vocabulary that you think is unusual or you didn't know before? So the pair of you together, Ying Hong, you were with Elena. Charlie, you were with Juhee. Paula, you are with Wendy, and Roberto, you also with this group as well, if you can manage it. Off you go, quickly. Go through the text. Is there anything you don't know?
Yes,
Just the children's stories. Just the children.
Yes.
So you should know two of the stories because you were in different groups.
So sad.
You made a mess.
So work through one story and then discuss with your partner, and don't go through all of them first.
Okay, if you find a word that you don't know, this part, you can ask me because it was my story. So I think yeah, it's like you're very calm in your partner, so all the time.
My story is Mr. Foster's.
Okay, I'm trying to find my word there.
But we need to read all of the stories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheek is this.
Cheek. Yeah. Cheeky is like insolent. Insolent. So yeah. So if the kid is being cheeky to the parent, say, "I didn't get it." Who did Mr. Pompous and the Little Baker? I didn't put the name. Who did? Wendy, and who were you with?
Carlota.
Who? Carlota. Oh, yeah, where is she? I will give you 2 minutes. You should be speaking to each other.
What?
Which one?
Wash.
Yeah, it's the sound.
Okay.
Pour is
Yes.
Yeah, a glass.
this
It's an expression. So it's just our life.
the stroll is like this. Stroll. Like this.
Stroke.
the strong like whispering is
Shrieking.
Oh, it's tricky much as it is. Like, you know, they need, you don't have loud, right? And you use sharp.
Shrieking and match.
a match is like the thing.
Like the, you know, when you
Rather Mr. Not together.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna give you one more minute.
That is pressure.
Yes, like, but I can't. I don't know what it is. Like this. Like rejected something. Like this. Like when you invite someone to.
Oh, it's good with expression also.
Okay, stop. Right, now, was there any vocabulary there or grammar that you...
I was trying to find the...
Oh, it doesn't matter, just call it out if you don't know. Give me one, give me one.
Okay, ringing or chirp?
Chirp. What's chirp mean? Chirp. What animals chirp? Birds, birds. Okay, now if you use it about a human, what are you saying? If you say, oh, and he chirped. Speak, okay? Maybe blah, 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 like this, whatever, he chirped. But it just means speaking. But notice you will use these words in more metaphorical, more literary style in a children's story. So what's the noise that the dog would make? Bark. Now if I said I was barking at you, what does that mean? What does it mean if I... Yelling, I'm shouting at you. So, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. So he was barking at the person. Barking orders you might have, for example. What does a cat do? There's another word. Purred. So if I said, oh, the engine was purring, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. It's supposed to be good. Okay, that's the best I can do for. Can anyone else do a cat purring? You don't try. No, it probably put you over the edge there with the biscuit. Okay, anyone? Yes, Juhee. Try your best. Cat purr. No, that is a meow. Okay, the purr is when you go, and then the cat goes. Yeah, I can't do it. It's terrible. Anyone do a good cat purr? Wendy?
No, I can't.
That cat needs to be put down. Do you listen again. Yes, yeah, exactly. A pigeon has invaded the cat. Yes, exactly. Okay, the cat has eaten a pigeon. Yes, very, very nice. Okay, any other words? This group. Town fair. Spell what word?
POWN.
Yeah.
FAIR.
What's that?
Fair.
A fair. What is it?
It's when you cheat.
No, that's an affair. Like that. Okay? But no, a town fair is like a festival that they might have in the town for, I don't know, some celebration of the town.
When they
But
have like
it's-
cast and
It's not really St. Patrick's Day. Again?
when you have a roller coaster and
Yeah, there might be roller coasters.
Nice.
Not necessarily. It could be that's called a fun fair. Okay, so sometimes you have a fun fair and it has the roller coasters and all the rides that go like that, etc. And the cars that bump into other cars, etc. But a typical fair will just have maybe food and drink and maybe some cultural things as well. Okay, so the town fair would be that. Okay, girls.
Scrofton.
Spell that.
SCOWFED.
Do you know what it means? Scoffing is basically like this, like that. Okay, dismissing someone's contributions and you're useless, blah blah blah, etc. You're scoffing at them. Okay, it's not the most common word, but it can be used. This group. Stroll. This word is very, very common. You should learn that. Out of all of these so far, I would say that's the most common. Stroll means what? Yeah, what kind of walk? No. A stroll is a casual, relaxing walk that you might do in the park. So some of you will go for a stroll on the weekend. So you can say to stroll, or to go for a stroll, or have a stroll, etc. So it's a verb and a noun. To go for a stroll. Okay? So this is a noun and it is also a verb. So you can use to stroll or to go for a stroll. Actually, I will come back to this point. Okay? Remind me about noun versus verb. Okay. Now, inside those texts, I'm sure there were other words that you didn't know and some grammar that you probably didn't notice or whatever. But I picked out a few. And obviously I didn't know what you were going to write because you used ChatGPT. In number 1, so I got 1, 2, so number 1 is Mr. Unflappable. You have a collocation of the word catch. What's the collocation? Catch what?
That's up.
No, in this. Catch what? There's a collocation in Mr.
Catch
Unflappable.
fire.
Catch fire. Okay? So that's a reasonably common collocation. You don't use that. I would guess that most of you would not say catch fire. You would say, oh, it is on fire. And you wouldn't know what verb to use here. Because you don't really learn the collocations very clearly very often. Okay, I want you to find 5 collocations of catch. Okay? Find 5 collocations of catch. I will give you 15. Okay? I want you online to find 5 collocations of catch with your partner. Pair, 3.
But in the text.
No, it's not in the text. No, you'll have to find this outside. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Can I use ChatGPT?
Yes.
Wait.
But work with your partner.
Someone's attention.
You know, you'll have to use the internet, so work with the other line.
Someone here, someone's here.
Such a call.
A glimpse.
Someone's attention.
That's all.
That's glimpse.
What?
Glimpse. Catch a glimpse.
Not a glimpse. Glimpse. Okay, right. So Charlie and Juhee, what did you find there? 1.
Catch a bus.
Catch a bus. Okay. Catch a train, catch a plane, etc. Okay. So what's that mean? It's fairly obvious, but what's it? Yeah. Okay. Now, typically, it can also mean you get the plane or you get the bus just in time. Oh, I caught the bus just in time. So very often it's just arrive on time. This group,
Catch a glimpse.
catch a glimpse. Okay. The word glimpse means what?
Look.
Look. Okay. A quick look. Oh, I caught a glimpse of my friend with mysterious. Yeah. I caught a glimpse of my friend with a mysterious woman at the restaurant. Okay, for example. Or I caught a glimpse of Alice kissing an unusual man on the weekend, etc. Okay. I have my spies, Alice. I have my spies. Okay. Also, for your information, very often, if you see words beginning with GL, what's that mean? Very often, words beginning with GL have a certain meaning. So I'll give you a few. Glow, glitter, glisten, glimpse, glance, glass. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't know all of those.
Highlight something or...
No, you're close though. You're close. If you say the word that you said again.
Highlight.
Okay, now emphasize the second part.
Light.
Again?
Light.
Light. Okay? Very often, these words have something to do with light. So if something is glowing, it's light. Glitter is what? You know that the fancy little thing you might put on your whatever, okay? That shines. Glisten has the similar kind of meaning. So for example, if you say, oh, her eyes were glistening, okay? Shining almost. You can use it in a literary context. You can use it about the lights on a Christmas tree. Glance is very similar to glimpse. It's a quick look, okay? But glance is more deliberate usually. Glass, obviously the light goes through the glass, okay? So very often GL has an idea of looking or light, okay? So think about vision or light. This group.
Catch a cold.
Yes, okay? There are many conditions, medical conditions that you can catch. So you can catch a cold, you can catch the flu, you can catch malaria, you can catch... Again?
ETS.
STD. Catch an STD. Yes, well, in dicey. Well, yes.
Say, I don't know.
Well, yes, exactly. You be careful now. Monica will be watching. This group.
Catch someone's eye.
Yes, you can catch someone's. I'll abbreviate this. Someone's eye. Or you can catch someone's attention. Okay, catch someone's eye, catch someone's attention. Very similar meaning. What else? Any other suggestions? Okay. Catch up. Okay, you can catch up with someone. What's that mean again? We've had this a few times.
That you gossip, that you
Yeah.
update the gossip.
Exactly. You get updated with the gossip. Okay, so you don't know the gossip and somebody updates you and says, oh, blah, 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 this happened last week and now you know. Okay, and there are quite a few other ones. You can say, catch your breath. What's that mean? Catch your breath. Yeah, but why would you do that? In what situation?
Because you are so stressed.
Yeah, maybe you're stressed, or for example, maybe you've been in the gym and now you're, okay, just calm down, catch your breath, etc. Okay? There are other ones as well that you could use. Catch a thief, catch a criminal, catch someone red-handed, for example. What's catch someone red-handed? Red-handed.
You see the thief in the act of...
Exactly. You see the people covered in blood. Okay? You've caught them red-handed. What's catch a break? What's it mean if I said, oh, thank goodness, finally I caught a break?
It will be the break time.
No, it means that you've finally had a little bit of success. Finally, the life has given me just one piece of good luck. Okay? Oh, I caught a break. So it's a piece of good luck. Okay? Oh, I caught a break. And very often you'll hear, oh, I managed to catch a break. And there are other ones as well. Now, if you're reading through those texts, some words will collocate quite a lot. Get, have, catch, those kind of normal. Take, for example, those ones. Question? No. Right, okay. So, again, just try to notice these little collocations when you're doing the exercise. Also, in the first one, you have this expression. There we go. Now, do you not think that grammar sounds very strange? There we go. Does that sound strange to you, or it's fine? It sounds fine? Why does that sound fine?
Because you used to hear that expression.
When do you hear that? Huh?
A lot of time.
Yeah.
When do you hear that?
Movies, in streets.
Okay. Do you not think it's strange?
No.
Okay, if I said something like, for example, there we sit. Do you ever hear that?
No.
No. Why not? Because it's following the same grammar. There we go. There we sit. There we read. There we write. That's very weird. That only really happens with a few verbs. Okay? This strange construction where you have there or here, and the words here are typically come and go. Okay? You come here and go there. Here she comes, or there we go, okay, etc. It's very, very weird, okay? That's unusual grammar, you might not have noticed. But this thing, off he ran. What's that mean? Off he ran. Now you will not get this except in literary context, and usually you're going to get it in or very often in children's stories. So what does that mean? Okay. Over he walked. Across she danced. What's that mean?
Occurrence is when the kid stops to or is tied to
What's this?
across.
Across she danced. What's that mean?
It's like
No suggestion in the next 3 seconds.
I tried.
You will all be shot.
I tried.
Yes, you tried. Okay, everyone except Roberto will be shot if you can't give me a suggestion in the next 3 seconds.
In the middle or
She's almost dancing.
No. Okay?
in
It's
the middle of the
literal.
dance?
It's literal. No, it's literal. This is telling you where you are going. Across the bridge. Across she danced. Or the room. Across the room she danced. Do you not think that's very weird? How would you usually say that? Across the room she danced. How would you usually say that sentence? Three,
What is mean
two.
that she is dancing on the room? Across the room?
Yeah, that's literally what it means. Okay, so how would you usually say this?
She was dancing across
She
the room.
danced across the room. It's very weird to have this adverbial expression at the front, but you will very often find it in children's stories. This is not normal grammar. Now, could you give me another expression using this? Where can you walk? Where can you walk? Give me a preposition where you can walk. Walk where?
The street.
Okay, so over the street he walked. Okay, give me another one. Again? But tell me the preposition with the park. Where would you be? Where would you be?
Across?
Well, there has to be a movement if you use walk.
Over the grass.
Over the grass,
They walk.
they walked. Okay, give me another one.
Over
Over the water.
You don't have to use over.
the sea, Jesus.
Over the sea, Jesus walked. Okay? Or on the water, Jesus walked. What else? 3.
Over the river.
It doesn't have to be over. Give me something. Give me something instead of over, across. Right? You. Again?
Next to the city center. Next to the city.
What?
Walk.
He walked, or she walked, or they walked. Okay? So next to the city center, they walked. Okay? So you're out. You're in. Again?
In a park.
What?
He walked in a park.
Into the park.
Into the park.
What? He walked. Okay, you don't want to say this. You want to say he walked into the park. But I want you to reverse it because this is what happens in children's stories.
Over the campus.
What?
He walked.
Over the campus he walked. Now, what do you mean over the campus?
Yes. Over the tree.
Around. Say around the campus he walked. Okay, you are still in. Again? No, that's not the preposition. So you're still in. Okay? Do not use over. I will not allow over or a across. Give me another one. You will be shot in 3 seconds. You have been out, and I told you not to use over. Okay? You are still in. No, you have to use the preposition first. Okay? Give me another one. 3.
Into the pool, he swam.
Into the pool he not swam.
Swam.
Into the pool he
Jump.
Nice.
jumped or dived. Okay? Into the pool he dived. So the 3 of you
Out of room.
out of the room.
He walked.
Yes, out of the room he walked. Now Charles and Ying Hong. No, you started with he again. Okay? Right. You need to start with the preposition like in, across, over, etc. You across the road, what? Yes, across the road he walked. So King Charles. Now, give us one example in the next 3 seconds, or you will be shot. 3. Now, to be honest, Irish people don't really mind shooting or assassinating the King of England. Okay? 3.
Cross the bridge.
What? 3. 2. 1. Okay, across the bridge, what? He walked or he ran or whatever. You can replace the walk with any kind of movement verb, okay? But it is very, very common to see that weird construction in children's stories. That's not common in most situations, okay? The next thing that I wanted you to see from this was this. What's that? What's that mean? A sprinkle of fun. What's a sprinkle?
A little bit of fun.
Yes, show us again. A sprinkle of fun. Yeah, is that not a bit weird? What's a sprinkle of fun? Okay? A tiny bit. Could you change the word sprinkle for something else? No, you couldn't say a little. You could say a little fun, but you could. I want you to say something of fun. So don't remove the of. Something. A piece of fun? Did you say a piece of fun?
A bacon of fun.
A what?
A bacon of fun.
A bacon?
Yeah, or a nugget of fun.
A nugget?
Yeah, you say that, and when you say a nugget or something, it's like
a nugget. A nugget. Now, just to be careful. No. He used another word by accident. Okay, so he used the word naggin. Okay, now a naggin is. I'm trying to show you. So the word naggin is usually used for a small. You'll see it here now. Well, you would have seen it if I didn't bloody turn off the computer. Come on. No? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's a naggin. So a 200 milliliters bottle of spirits is called a naggin. Naggin. Now, it's a small of spirits. So it's a naggin. You might go into the shop and get a naggin of vodka or a naggin of whatever, it's some kind of spirits. Now, if you said a naggin of fun, what do you think that is? Yeah. Look at this. My naggin of fun, etc. like this. Okay. Now, could you give me something else?
Sparkling of fun.
A sparkling of fun. Maybe just a sparkle. It has to be a noun in this case. A sparkle of fun. Anything else? A what?
A moment?
A moment of fun. Yeah, but be more literary. So a shot of fun would also be acceptable. A drop of fun, that might also be acceptable. Now, when would you use the expression a drop of fun? Okay, probably when you're drinking or something. If you were eating.
Sure.
A bite of a piece. What's another way of saying a pizza? A slice of fun, etc. Now, the reason I said this is because you will never usually use those expressions. You don't use them as the partitives of the noun. Okay, not typically. Okay, but in more creative ways you can. And where are you going to be very creative? In children's stories or in novels, etc. So you might, oh yes, I'm fluent, I understand everything in the dictionary, but you're not very creative, so that means a lot of the language you will not understand, okay? Because you're not metaphorical enough or you're not open to figurative language, okay? So even if you understand everything in the dictionary, you will still get these consequences, or these examples where something is behaving in a weird way. This is not the usual meaning of sprinkle. Sprinkle means that. Okay, the next thing, and I'll come back to that. Okay, what's that word mean?
Widen.
Pronounce it?
Widen.
No?
Widen.
Widen. widen.
Open.
Okay. What does that mean? I have told some of you before.
Yeah.
What's en mean in this context? Make. Make what?
Like to
Make what? Yeah, make white. Okay, now could you tell me the verb for make black? Blacken. Could you give me the word for make white? Could you give me the word for make short? Could you give me the word for make long? No, you have to be careful. Again? Lengthen. Lengthen. Okay, now, so the verb is going to be made, sorry, the adjective is going to be made something by the en. Okay? Now, where would you see that word very often? Whiten. Toothpaste. On the toothpaste, it will say tooth whitening. Okay? Whitening. So it makes your teeth white. Do you notice something about those words? Is there something similar about all those words? Don't think of the meaning. Just say them. Say the words. Is there something similar about them?
It's about the final.
No. It's 2 syllables. Lengthen, widen, blacken, whiten, shorten. You will never get beautiful and it's always 1 syllable words or adjectives or nouns sometimes with the en, and that creates the 2 syllables. So it's going to be short words that work with this. Now sometimes you will get both, okay? And sometimes you have the en at the start. What's another word for happiness?
Joy.
Joy. How do you say make joy?
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Okay, so you make the joy. Okay, there are other words like that, like for example, enlarge. Now I'm being a bit liberal with the use of en here, but don't worry about it. Okay, so this is a very common suffix for verbs. In fact, it's the 2nd most common suffix, and people always forget it. It's quite easy. Just remember make. If you ask ChatGPT to generate a list of verbs that have en as suffixes, you're going to get a very, very long list. Okay, and you should probably learn. Okay, the next one then. The grammar of this, you have to be a bit careful. A lot of you do not like to start with gerunds. Okay, you don't like to, or well, I should say ing forms, so it'll be more clear. In your languages, very often, what you will say is something like that. If you want to use a verb as a subject, do not do that. Okay? In English, you're usually going to use ing. Most of you have a habit of not using that. Okay? When I look at your writing, a lot of you avoid ing forms. So if I said, for example, going to Italy is my dream, especially to a 5-star hotel that we're all going to be visiting soon, I presume. Okay? For free, of course. Okay? Or if I said, for example, teaching is a terrible profession. You understand that? Teaching you is, finish that sentence. Teaching you is, finish the sentence.
Most wonderful.
Is the most wonderful experience anyone could have. Yes, exactly. Absolutely beautiful. If I said studying at Castle Forbes, finish that sentence. Studying at Castle Forbes, careful now, is also a beautiful experience as well. If I said, I'll give you a slightly different one. Okay, this is not really following the same. Should I? No, I won't. Okay, I was going to give you another form which would complicate the grammar, but don't worry about it. Okay, the next one then. So again, get used to this ing as the subject of the sentence if it's a verb. Okay, the next one, this. It came from a cozy bakery. This is in 4. This is Mr. Pompous and the Little Baker. It came from a small cozy bakery where a cheerful girl covered in flour smiled up at him. Now, is there anything weird about that grammar? Again? Two froms? Where's the two froms there? That was a test. Well, in some dialects they like to say from. I am from Dublin. Apart from that, any other strange things about that? Don't get smart there, really. Anything strange about that sentence? Again? Oh no, it's not too long. No.
Describing, for example, the first part the bakery and the second part the girl.
Is describing the action.
To be honest, I would say all of you, I would say that is the weird thing. Okay, so it came from a small cozy. What's cozy mean, by the way? Small and comfortable and warm. It's a nice word. Okay, so when you're at home, maybe it's raining outside and you're comfortable inside, etc. That's cozy. Or when you're with your partner or somebody else's partner, and you're in the bed there, for example, and they're giving you a little snuggle, etc. Or maybe someone is giving you a nice little kiss on the weekend, okay, for example. Okay, it's cozy.
You can't understand.
I couldn't possibly understand that kind of thing. I'm a virgin. Okay, so bakery means what? What's the bakery? The place where you bake. Okay. Where a cheerful girl. What's cheerful mean? Happy. Okay. Think of cheerleaders. Okay. Yeah. Happy, joyful, etc. Smiled up at him. What's that mean? Smiled up at him. Okay. You're looking in that direction. Okay. Now, what's weird about this one? But there's something weird about that grammar. Again?
The relatives clauses.
Yes. What's missing? Who what? Who again? Who was covered in flour. So that's another way of saying that. Okay. Now this thing here is called a. Well, sorry, I should do this. Okay. It's called a reduced relative clause. Last week, the other class, they asked for, or they did this grammar. So it is quite common to see past participles here without the who was. And this thing means who was covered in flour. So if I ask ChatGPT to generate reduced relative clauses, which I will do now in a second. Okay, can you look in this direction? You will find the past participle being used to indicate a passive voice. Okay, so this is going to be passive all the time. So all the examples I'm going to generate, you're going to see are passive. Okay, so everyone, this group here, move in that direction, and now, does everyone understand? In this direction here, move your asses. Okay, Elena, Alice, and Yinghong. Okay, right. So I'm going to give you examples of the passive reduced relative clause. Okay. Can you give me 10 example sentences of reduced relative clauses in the passive? Something went wrong when generating the response. Okay, right, we'll do it again. Okay, so you see in the first example, sorry, Yinghong, just a moment. Okay, yes, exactly. Now you see in the first example there, written by my uncle. So if you can identify past participles with in this strange situation where there's a noun and then a past participle, then you probably guess that it's a reduced relative clause and it's passive. So the book written by my uncle became a bestseller. Now, when you're reading this, typically there has to be a pause here and here. Okay? So read that for me, please, Elena. This one.
The documents sent yesterday were confidential.
Okay, so again, pause here, pause there, and then say the rest. Okay, so the documents. Yeah, okay, so read again, Elena.
The document? No, I don't understand.
So what you need to do is when you're reading these sentences, pause, so stop here, and then stop here. Give yourself a little bit of time. Do not say the documents sent yesterday were confidential. Generally you would say the documents.
The documents were the
No. What I mean is this. So the documents sent yesterday were confidential. Pause here and here. Do not go, the documents sent yesterday were confidential. Next one then, Elena, 3. Read that.
The house building the
So where would you pause? Where would you stop?
the house
Yes, and then where else?
is now a museum.
Okay, so you would pause. Do you understand the word pause? Elena? Yeah. So pause here and here. Okay, so read again.
The house is now a museum.
Oh, no. You're not pausing. Okay? Pausing means stop for a short time here and then stop for a short time here. You're going like that. Okay? So read again.
The house built in the 18th century is now a museum.
Yeah, that's much better. But what was the problem with that pronunciation?
House.
Do you smoke?
No.
You should smoke at least 25 a day by the end of this course. Okay? You need to go. Okay, so read again.
The house.
Not the house. Okay, in fact, Elena's doing this by accident. When do you pronounce, when do you pronounce the as the? When? When there's a vowel next. Okay? And because Italians don't pronounce the H, so they'll think house. So there's a vowel, so she'll say the house. But you have to say the house. Okay? So you change back the pronunciation. So do it again.
The house.
No, the.
The house built in the 18th century is now a museum.
Yeah, much better. Okay, so when you see a noun followed by a past participle, guess it's passive voice. So the house that was built. Next one then, Manuel.
The painting stolen from the gallery has been recovered.
Yeah, so stolen, again you have a noun and then you have a past participle. So there are other ways to create reduced relative clauses where it's active, but for now just worry about this. There's another way of creating a passive where you have ing and then past participle. Okay? But in general, this will work for you now. Okay? So flick on the lights. So inside that story that you had, number 4, you had this. Does that very often happen in spoken English? Do you ever use that in spoken English? That kind of reduced relative clause? No. Yeah, it's almost always in literature or in the news, for example. It is not in spoken English. We never use that.
People say the bus driver was being so rude.
Again?
In a conversation. The bus driver was being so rude.
The bus driver was being so rude has nothing to do with this. Okay? The bus driver was being rude is just the past continuous of the verb to be. So some of you don't know that it is possible to use this. Okay? So what tense is that? What tense is it? Present what? Present. No, what? Present. I aming. I aming. Okay? No. Okay? That's the present simple. Okay? Of what verb? Of what verb? Of be. Yes? Ding hong. If I see that phone one more time, I will shoot you. Okay, this one. What's the present continuous of be? I am being. When would you use that? Again?
I am being so rude with the people.
Yes, I am being so rude with the people. I know what you're thinking. I know this reverse psychology rubbish. Okay? So I'm being so rude. Yeah. I am being so rude with the people. What does that mean? What does that mean?
You are acting so.
Yeah, acting. Okay, it's acting. That is not the same as that. That means you exist in this reality. So what's the difference between these two sentences? I am Italian. I am being Italian. Which one would I say? I would say Alice and Elena would say I am Italian. Why?
Because
they exist in this reality, okay? Yes, they exist in the reality of they have an Italian passport, etc. Now, if I said I am being Italian, what does that mean? Can you please demonstrate? Demonstrate, please. Demonstrate being Italian. Okay? Demonstrate being Italian. Yes, exactly. Okay? Yes, very cool. Okay, exactly. Okay, so this is being Italian. Now, what you asked is, he was being so rude. It's just a past form of that. Okay? So it's nothing to do with this relative clause reduction, etc. Okay? And then the last one, this one. Okay? This is before I let you go. Okay? Shut. Okay, right. Now, just to clarify, this is not something you will cover on a language course typically, language learning course, I should say. But I'm going to show you the small difference between two expressions that you might think are exactly the same. If I said to do this, what's this mean? To shower. What's that mean?
The action of.
Okay, to action of putting water on your body, etc., and cleaning yourself, that's to shower. What is the difference between that and this? Any ideas what the difference is between those? There are many more I can give, but these I will do with these.
The action and the other
Is the activity?
No. Okay. Now you should notice with these verbs, the verb is equal to the noun. Okay? The verb is equal to the noun. This doesn't work with everything. It only works with verbs that equal a noun. And there are a few things that you should notice about this. First thing is, usually it is short. Sorry, not that. This side. Usually this is short. Okay? It's not going to be an instant, and it's not going to be for days and days or hours and hours, etc. It's going to be reasonably short. It is also usually enjoyable. Okay? You must get some kind of enjoyment or pleasure from this, usually. Okay? It is also the case that you don't care about anyone else. You only care about you. Okay? Don't care about anyone else. Strange noises coming from you there. Okay? And then also, it must be repeatable. Okay, you can repeat it. So for example, when you have a shower, why would you have a shower? For what reason? Also, you must get some kind of pleasure from it. When an English speaker says, oh, I'm going to have a shower, even though, yeah, you'll probably clean yourself, which you will, you probably also feel, I'll clean myself and I'll feel good because of that. Okay? Now, if you shower the dog, very often the dog hates it. Okay? You would say, oh, okay, now the dog is going to have a shower now. Okay? It's because the dog is probably not going to enjoy it, etc. It's short as well. You're not going to be in there for hours and hours and hours. You're not going to be in there for an instant, turn on the water and then turn it off. Okay? Unless you're a student trying to save water. Okay? Trying to save the electricity bill or whatever. Walk. You say, I'm going to have a walk. What does that mean? Yeah. You don't say, I'm going to have a walk to the shop. Okay? Because you don't expect that those things are enjoyable experiences. You just, really what you want to say there is, I'm going from A to B, and I will be using feet to get there. Does everyone understand that?
I have a walk.
I'm going to have a walk. I'm going to have a walk. Or I will have a walk, whichever one you want. Okay? It has to be repeatable. You can do this again. So the word drink works. You can also say, for example, that. Have a bite. Okay? Have a bite of the cake. Why? Because you can repeat it. You'll enjoy it. It's going to be short. And you don't care about what the reaction is for somebody else. It's only you that cares about it. You cannot say this word for a variety of reasons. You cannot say have an eat. You can say have a drink, but you can't say have an eat. Why? You can say bite, but you can't say eat.
It's not short.
If you eat the cake, what have you done?
It's not repeatable.
Yeah, you can't repeat it. Okay, you can bite and then repeat the bite. You cannot eat again. You can drink and then drink something else after that. Okay, but you can't repeat eat. Also, there's another reason. Eat is not a noun. Okay, this only works where the noun and the verb are the same. Okay, now these kind of things you get from these Mickey Mouse texts. I can teach you the whole course with 4 texts. Those 4 texts, I could teach you all of the course that you're doing now for 24 weeks. Just with that. Now, it would be pretty boring, but I could. Okay, there's lots and lots of material inside that you didn't notice. Okay, and the more that you look at those kind of texts in a bit more detail, the better you will become. My baby nephew, in fact, I was never taught this. I was never taught this weird thing about changing the order of the prepositional phrase. Never. But you get exposed to it so often as a kid, it becomes normal. You don't get exposed to it because you're adults. You don't read children's stories. So when you come across it and you go, what the hell is this? Okay, this doesn't sound normal. Some of you found it very difficult to put that in the incorrect or the non-standard order. After the break, I'll give you another text, and it will not be like this. Okay? All right, take a break. That's unfortunately the end of the first half of the class. Oh. That's the end of the first half of the class.